Hey guys, so we're back once again with another stocks by request, and I want to do and talk about REITs. As you all know, I'm a big fan of REITs, and we do talk about them via the dividends that you can get for those who are long-term stackers and want to hold on to it for the long term and receive the dividends. It's well and good, especially over the past few weeks, over the past few months, we saw larger declines. Larger declines means that for those who would come in at the point when the prices were lower, it increases your dividend yield. Please do remember that the lower your acquisition cost, the higher the dividend yield that you could actually get. But for this video, I want to talk about it from a technical analysis perspective. Now, that being said, I want to start everything off right now talking about where AREIT is. As you all know, AREIT is one of the first REITs that came out in the Philippines, and I want to look at it from a support and resistance perspective. So, main support level to watch out for, at least for AREIT, is the 30.98 level, which it bounced successfully from once it hit that, and it hovered around that level somewhere around October and November. But that being said, right now it's already close to the resistance, which is at 36.6. So I'll zoom in a bit here so you see it, and so you have greater context on what's actually going on. So a couple of things and scenarios could happen. It's very close also now to the 200-day moving average right here. As you can see, which is a very, very long and strong moving average. So there could be also a bit of sell pressure there. A couple of scenarios could happen. Close to the 36.6 or 200-day moving average, there could be some sell pressure. Should there be some sell pressure there, the possibility of it retracing right over here to the 20-day moving average, which is around 35.47, or for a midterm effect, the next possible support is at a 35 peso range. So from a scenario perspective, 36.6 is a resistance. Then you have the 200-day moving average, which is also at the 37 level. So expect selling pressure there. But please do note that it's not just the Philippine markets that's up. US stocks and crypto is up, given that the CPI in the US was something that was somehow better than what a lot of people expected, showing signs that inflation might ease. And if inflation eases, that's very, very good also in terms of how the Fed would raise rates, or if they would stop raising rates, or they could possibly bring it down at some point in the future. And then there's a chance also when rates are lower, quantitative easing would continue. Quantitative easing would continue. More money would be going into different asset classes. So we're not yet there, but that's why a lot of people see the lower CPI value as something that's good for the markets as a whole. So that's where we are. For those who are looking for legit reversals, at least for a REIT, it should be the breakout of the 200-day moving average. And I just want to note this also, at least from a trend line perspective. If you're drawing your trend line somewhere here, so it's very, very, it's very, very interesting to show you guys that um, it's very, very interesting to show you that this long and downward trend has been broken, and that's why we saw a consolidatory line right here. So all eyes, at least in my opinion, for a legit reversal if it breaks past the 36.6, 37 peso mark. Now let's look at MREIT. I posted this in Facebook a couple of days ago that MREIT also broke out from a longer downward trend, and I mentioned that in that Facebook post that it needed to break past the 200-day moving average as a stronger sign of reversals. Right now, while we're making this video, it's already above the 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages, which gives us more signs that it's reversing. MACD is also confirming the possibility of it reversing. So please do note also that um, they disclosed also that they would want to acquire more assets, which is very good because more assets into the company means that there's more rental income, more dividends also would be given out. And when it dropped to 11, please do note that the dividend yield of MREIT already at that point was very, very attractive for investors as a whole. So for those who picked it up there, it's not just that you would have higher dividend yields this year, but you have already a better upside. So I want to note this, at least show this also to a lot of people in terms of the upside that people who picked it up somewhere around that level. It's already up somewhere around 36.6%. So that being said, from a reversal standpoint, if you want to see how long lasting this could possibly be, if the 200-day moving average holds its ground, I think the next possible resistances, at least for MREIT, could possibly be at the 17.91 mark, which is somewhere around you can peg it at around 18, then it has to clear the 16.12 mark. So next short-term resistances to watch out for, at least for MREIT, is 16.12 and then 17.91. So if you look at it, the criterias for AREIT and MREIT are all different. For AREIT, it's basically waiting for it to break out from the longer moving averages and the longer resistance. For MREIT, it's trying to stay above the 200-day moving average. Now, let's look at RCR. So this is where RCR is. It's almost similar to how AREIT would look like, but it needs to break out from the 6 peso resistance level. Its support is somewhere around 4.98, but the main resistance to break out from would be the 200-day moving average. So I'd say that the reversal area, at least for RCR, would be at the 6.2 mark. And if you would notice it also, it looks somehow the same from how AREIT would look like. This is the breakout from the downward trending slope, which AREIT also did. Then here's the consolidatory range, which happened to AREIT, is also similar to RCR. So I think it needs to break out from these two specific resistances, the 5.94 resistance, and then also the 200-day moving average. If a lot of the things that I'm trying to mention here feel like jargons to all of you, you can learn more about technical analysis, about the books that I've written and the seminars that we have. We have a recorded webinar. All of it is in the description below if you want to learn more about it. So either from the technical analysis books or the courses that we have online, or just watch a ton of my videos. We have hundreds of videos here discussing technical analysis in my YouTube channel. And if you're learning from all of this, you could subscribe. It costs you nothing, and it's something that will add value to you also for the long term. Now, last maybe at least for this cycle, and what I'll do is over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to do more technical analysis videos talking about the Philippine markets. Maybe tomorrow, if you have questions, put it down below, put in the stocks that you want me to analyze, and then we'll do more about that also over the next few, or at least over the weekend. Then we're going to do select stocks also, at least on Sunday. So I'm trying to segment it from that perspective. For SIRI, please do note, among the other REITs that are out there, especially during the drop, it had one of the highest dividend yields that could be swept off during the dip. Now, that being said, look, MACD is above zero, denoting its bullish undertone. The lines in MACD also have crossed up, denoting bullish momentum, also on change of direction upward. And you have all of the moving averages, or at least 20, 50, and 100-day moving averages, all bullish already. It broke past those levels. And then you also have the 20 crossing above the 50-day, 100-day moving average, giving us a higher degree of confirmation of a reversal. However, one thing to watch out for is today, it hit the 200-day moving average, which acts as a resistance. Now, it needs to break out from this 200-day moving average, which I'm encircling right here, for you to have a greater degree of confirmation that it's actually reversing. So as what I've said in a lot of the keynote talks or even the books that I've created, the longer the resistance, the stronger it is. So it must break out of the 200-day moving average if you want to see a greater semblance of it possibly moving up. So a breakout from the 200-day moving average confirms a more bullish reversal. Short-term resistances, at least for SIRI, would be 2.48, 2.59, and then 2.69. And that could be the possible movements over the short term, provided that it stays above the 200-day moving average. So we talk about MREIT, AREIT, RCR, and MREIT as well. I'll end this with the DMPR. For among all of this that we've talked about, it's one of the ones that haven't really bounced up as much. Please do note also from its IPO, it really MREIT, RCR, AREIT, they started to push up. For DMPR, it still hasn't gone above its IPO price. However, similar to the other REITs that we've talked about, this is the support at 1.17. It's also starting to move up once again. It's also starting to move up. So it just broke out from the 131 resistance level. Next possible targets, or at least resistances for it, would be at the 1.43 area. So for those looking at this from a technical analysis point of view, if the DMPR stays above 1.32, its next possible resistance will be at the 1.43 range. And if it breaks out from the 1.43 range, then we possibly have, there's a larger sense from a technical analysis point of view that there's a reversal going on from bearish to bullish. MACD is already above zero, and it's also, you're seeing a change in direction, which denotes that there's a movement from its consolidatory range, which is right here. That started somewhere around September to where we are right now, early 2023. So that's it for now. I hope you guys learned a lot from this. This is Marvin Germo. Like, share, subscribe, and if you have any questions, put it down below in the comment section, and I'll do my best to create more videos for you. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.